Good Monday morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. So today you will see on our assignment list that we're talking about decimal place value. So we've already talked about our place values, such as ones, tens, hundreds, from one side of the decimal, which is the left side. Now if we go to the right side of a decimal point, remember we start with tenths, hundredths, thousands, 10,000s. There's no ones place to the right of the decimal. So it's like money. So let's look at this. So to the left of my decimal point, we have ones, like a $1 bill. We have tens, like $10, and then hundreds, and then thousands and 10,000s and so forth. But if we go to the right of the decimal, we're starting with tenths, so like a dime. And then it's going to go smaller and smaller. So a hundredth is a smaller, like a penny, and then thousandth, just even smaller. But we don't have anything smaller than a penny, but you could imagine. So if we have $100, $10 bills to represent place values to the left of the decimal point and then to the right. So let's think about it. If I had 12.875, let's write it on our board. Okay, so 12.875. And I ask, what is the 10th place? The 10th. Listen to that, 10th. So there's that T at the end. Okay, so let's look. What digit is in the 10th place? So I have my 1 in my tens place, my 2 in my ones, my 8 in my tenths, my 7 in my hundreds, and my 5 in my thousandths. So if we look at it, my 8 is in my tenths place. So with that, it shows us how we represent our decimal place values. And each number has a value. So, like I said, when we have a decimal number and it is the hundredth place, it is always going to be to the right of the decimal place. Hundredths. Remember, you hear that TH, hundredths. It's always to the right. If I have 100, it's going to be to the left of my decimal place. So how many places to the right of decimal point is the hundredth place? So let's look at it. Here's my decimal point. How many to the right is it? 1, 2. So a lot of you might have some questions. Why do we compare decimal points and decimal numbers? Why is it so important to line up our numbers with our decimal point? It's because we compare numbers. We compare digits that have the same place values. So by lining the decimal points, we align the place values. So if I line 12.875, it will tell me that my tens place is going to be the 1. My ones place is going to be my 2. Then there's going to be that decimal point. Then I'm going to have 8 in my tenths place to the right of the decimal. And then next to that, my 7 is going to be in the hundredths place. And then next to that, in my thousands place, is going to be 5. Okay, so let's do one more example together. So let's say I have the number 4.370. So when I ask the question, what digit is in the hundredths place? So remember, anytime that it's at the end, like tenths and hundredths, it's going to be to the right of the decimal. So if I look back and I know the first spot to the right of my decimal is tenths place, next to it is a hundredth, and after that it's thousands. So which digit is in my hundredths place? It's going to be my 7. My 7. So let's do a review. What is the names of the 3 place values? There is tenths, hundredths, and the thousands. Those are